Will Dogecoin hit $1? It's a question that many have been asking for a very long time, but it looks like today we finally heard some information that may give us a little more clarity on the subject. Hey everybody, and welcome back to Crypto Kings, your home and place for daily crypto videos each and every day. Let's talk a little bit about this new revelation from the CEO of Amazon, Jeff Bezos, his Dogecoin backing, which is predicted by analysts to set Dogecoin to $1 in potentially less than 24 hours. Now, of course, if you did not already know, Dogecoin does have some issues. One of those major issues is quantity. There is a lot of Dogecoin which is being minted each and every day. In fact, 10,000 per second. This is due to the fact that Dogecoin is very different than a cryptocurrency like Bitcoin or Ethereum. With Bitcoin or Ethereum, there is only so much that can be made. There is no more that will ever be created. However, Dogecoin, since it was of course originally made as a joke, as a meme, is something that will constantly be added to. There is more supply. In a sense, this is like the US dollar. In the same way that they could always print more money, they could always print more Doge, except they're always printing Doge. In fact, they're printing Doge so much that it rivals SafeMoon, which is another crypto that does a very similar thing. The reason why SafeMoon and Doge have had these recent runs is because of general community consensus. The mass majority of crypto people do not really know the technical intricacies behind Dogecoin, and therefore there's a very good reason for the currency to go up in value. When the richest person in the world, Elon Musk, is tweeting about it, there's a very good reason for it to sort of go up in the public light. With this being said, there are still these issues that are going on. Dogecoin's price plunged on Wednesday, a day after fans tried to push it to $1 as they celebrated Doge Day, and unfortunately, it slipped back to 32 cents. The early week surge coincided with a flurry of social media attention around a day of celebration dedicated to the meme cryptocurrency. It has risen over 365% over the past month, but even this couldn't save it. To put this in perspective, the token was trading at under a cent just a year ago, and crypto analysis YouTube channels basically said, yeah, this could go to the moon. And while that's been done before, it looks like it actually happened this time. On April 1st, Elon Musk pledged to send Dogecoin to the moon on a SpaceX rocket, which had been rumored to make a bigger impact by starting a Dogecoin foundation to fund growth. However, something has changed recently. It was reported in February that Amazon is working on a new virtual currency that users could spend on its platforms. This came after job advertisements were found that the company had put out for its digital and emerging payments division. You heard that right. Amazon has created a separate new division solely dedicated to cryptocurrency. The post said, "We are building a tech team to build innovative payment products for customers in emerging markets." Now, unless you've been living under a rock, you'll know that the most innovative payment products that have been coming out in recent years are new currencies, new cryptos. With that being said, the advertisements were later removed, as reported by TechRadar at the time, and the plans have been very secret ever since. It would not be Amazon's only digital coin project, as the tech giant has already started working on Amazon Coins, designed to offer users discounts on purchases on Kindle and Fire tablets. These coins I do not believe will be as successful as something like Doge because it is only limited to Amazon. However, if they are able to create a widespread implementation of Dogecoin, it may go to $1. Britain's Financial Conduct Authority division has previously warned investors of the risks that come with investing in cryptocurrency. They said if consumers invest, they should be prepared to lose all their money. However, we know that's a little different. I don't think that result is true, and journalists who worked on all of these things have probably changed their minds in recent years. The basic point here is that if Amazon is able to implement Dogecoin and gain some traction, the coin could really go to the moon. It could stay at that point for a very long time and continue rising. Again, it was reported in February that this new virtual currency, no matter what that is, even if it isn't Doge, will be widely implemented on the platform. Again, like I said, this is a good sign because it means that Amazon is actively focusing on implementing cryptocurrency. That's something that a lot of people have to be aware of. The more crypto is used, the more it is widely supported by other countries across the world, the more that people generally give it validity, the higher it will go in price and the more stable those prices would be. Even with a high tax hike being announced by the federal government and a ton of different issues in the alt bull run recently, it still seems that this run will not stop anytime soon. Remember, Bitcoin a year ago today was well below what it is now. If you want to think long term, that is the long term mindset to have. Bitcoin at this very moment is $50,000. That is much more than a lot of people would have ever expected. And these gains in stability prove that as local municipalities adapt it, as countries adopt it, as companies like Tesla and Amazon adopt cryptocurrencies, the currency has a lot of room to grow. It has a lot of room to gain stability, and as the technology improves, like Ethereum 2.0 and other technological projects, cryptocurrency probably will be seeing more stability in the future. So the major question that is brought into play is, does Doge have the technical fundamentals to stay in the limelight for a long time? And simply put, it doesn't. It doesn't have the technology behind it. It doesn't have a central project that it's working on to innovate, like DeFi projects or NFT projects. It doesn't do any of that. And on top of that, the issue with the supply is just a constant problem. But the only way that Dogecoin will ever go to $1 is if companies like Amazon and other massive scale projects begin to adopt it. And that will change consumer perception massively, because as that consumer perception generally goes to a more stable view of the coin, it will generally go up in value over time and hold those prices. Now, you have to remember that Dogecoin itself is not a very technically impressive coin, and on top of not being very technically impressive, it simply does not have the consistency in its supply to guarantee a higher value. In fact, it is almost completely worthless if everyone agreed that it was. If everyone who bought 10,000 Dogecoin actually cared about the 10,000 Dogecoin, yes, it would be worth nothing. Because if they actually cared about quantity, they would realize that every second that quantity is being minted. However, because Dogecoin is not tangible, it's not something you hold in your hands or, for the time being, go to a store and purchase things with and receive payment for from a job or occupation, it doesn't seem to feel the same way as the US dollar or another type of currency. If that was the case, you'd probably see a massive crash in Doge's price. But because Doge is a crypto, it's something you're not physically handling, it's something that isn't tangible in real life in your hands, it feels more like a number on a screen, like you're just adding to that number. By buying Dogecoin, you don't really care about the actual supply you are purchasing, but simply care more about the number on the screen, the sentiment. That's what you're looking for. With that being said, everybody, thank you all so much for listening. If you guys are new, make sure to subscribe and turn on that bell icon. Let us know down below in the comments if you guys have any Dogecoin purchased, and do you believe Amazon will push it to $1? Thank you so much for listening.